Welcome to episode 34 of Curious Conversations. We have Hyrox Oslo recap. What a weekend. Going to run us through the run up to the race, the races, how they all went, some post-race thoughts, how we're feeling, some lessons to take away from the weekend, and then what is next. That's going to be our structure. So the build up to the race. Let's run through it. Oh wait, sorry. We are. I've not even. Who's this guy?
What's up?
I've not even addressed the guy in the middle. Who is this guy?
I've just been here. I've been in the background the full time. Don't worry about me.
This is Fras Anderson. For those who don't know, those
How's
who
it
listen
going?
to the pod probably know who this guy is. But this guy is one of our best mates. He's an absolute legend of the game.
Appreciate you guys. You guys, my best mates. Pleasure to be on. Thank you very much for having me.
He's buzzing for this as well.
I've been waiting to get invited since like episode 2, so 34 deep, and here we are. But
let's run through on the run up to the race.
yeah, do you
Go for it.
want to go? I'll go for it. Cool. Personally, I felt a little tired. We obviously knew that this week was going to be strictly business, in terms of kind of flying in, flying out. You guys did an extra race. You guys did Open on the Sunday morning, as well as doing the Pro doubles on the Saturday night and the relay on the Sunday night. So for myself, it was just a case of be as prepared as you can be, because I think we landed in Oslo at around 4ish?
Half 4 p.m. Yeah.
Half 4 p.m. and I raced at 6 p.m. I had an hour and a half to get ready, but part of me in the lead up thought that would be great because it gives me less time to think. Don't want to get too caught up in my own head. However, the day before, the Friday, so we raced on Saturday night, and on the Friday we went to cold water therapy in Cumbernauld, Vida, and it was great with the main man Ken. But we got up at 6, which for the boys, you guys are up, 4:30 most mornings. Me personally, I'm just at a hospitality job, working at a bar late night, doing barista work now, so I'm used to getting up at the earliest at 7 o'clock, so 6 was early rise for me, which is fine, but I didn't get a good sleep in the lead up to the day before, which then carried over, so the day before race day I was tired, and then I didn't get as good a sleep to make up for the lost sleep the night prior. So that's maybe excuses. I was tired going into it is basically what I'm trying to say. Went in, did it, felt fatigued, a bit of panic. First pro solo, first pro weight. I've only done 2 Hyrox before, both open doubles. So a wee bit naive in terms of I was going for a time and talking about getting like a 105, and then you're seeing guys like Graham Halliday going out and getting a 102, and I am by no means close to Graham Halliday's level, who we ended up bumping into, and he was just the loveliest guy, wasn't he? Super nice. So I ended up with an hour and 12:47. I ended up doing 6 sled push. I did 6 lengths of the sled push rather than 4, just because yeah.
Getting your money's worth.
The gel kicked in, and I was like the fucking Tasmanian devil when it hit my brain. I saw some good looking Scandinavian girls, and I thought, fuck it, man, I'm going for 6. I was like, they're watching. But used to doing 5 lengths in the gym, because in the gym it's 10 metres rather than 12.5. I did the 5, and then I was a length away from everybody else, so that further panic, I had to get back. Ended up being 2 extra, carried over. But it's a lesson learned. I didn't feel great going into it, didn't perform anywhere near as well as I wanted to, but it's good to just get out there and do it as a first timer. And yeah, I physically pissed my pants coming out of it. My body was so fatigued, and it was just something I've never done before, and it was a good experience. So yeah, all in all, pleased that I could get it done, and pleased with it was a relief having a conversation with Graham the Saturday night after you guys did the ceremony, which we'll soon talk about, which we'll now talk about. I had a conversation with Graham at the night time, and he just kind of calmed me down by just simply saying, you would have got what you wanted had you not done that, and it's not a big deal. He made a mistake. I think he picked up 20 kg rather than 30 kg. Mistakes are made, lessons are learned, and we just go on to the next one. We're going to look to book Dublin, I will personally. And yeah, so we had that conversation with him after the ceremony for what?
Saturday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want
Yeah.
to?
So how the pre-match thoughts for us was, we were obviously flying in the same time. We got in 4:30 and we were 6:50 start. So of course we were pretty quick turnaround. Get to the arena. Fras got registered. We went out, got some food.
Yeah.
Came back in, fueled a little bit, and then pretty much got ready and got warmed up. It was our first pro race, so we were excited to see what we could do. We weren't really going for a time. We're just going out to run as hard as we could, and that's what we done. Maybe I'll run through that race, what that was like. So the pro race was, I thought it was brilliant. We got to sled push, and the sleds were heavier than we predicted. Sled push wasn't as bad as I thought. Sled push was okay, but sled pull for me was insanely hard, and my legs were blowing after it. But the run after sled and the run after burpees were horrendous for me. I had to really hold on to Aiden, and for after the burpees particularly, my heart rate was sky high during the first lap. After it, I almost spewed 3 times. There was people like looking at me because I was like retching as I was running fast, and I was literally just trying to hold on to Aiden for as quick as I could. So there was a couple of times where in that pro race where Aiden had to step up for me, because I was like, bro, I'm fucked here. You need to start at this station. He done it for burpees, he done it for lunges as well. So I think that's power of having a team there, like being in a doubles. Like you need to communicate at like daytimes, because the opposite happened the next day with us. Aiden, you run through.
Aye. Obviously, exact same kind of build up. Flight was good. I felt great coming into the weekend. The days prior and stuff like that. Felt calm, felt collected, felt excited to just go and kind of see what we can do. Realistically, I think that I could speak for me and Anton when I say we exceeded our expectations on what our outcomes, what were going to be for the race. Mm-hmm. But yeah, felt good, felt comfortable. The pro race was probably one of my favourite ones to date. Just because I felt great, I felt flowy. Felt like I could probably run a wee bit. I felt like I could have maybe ran a wee bit faster, but it's always kind of going to be in the back of your head on your first pro race of like, how hard can I go and get away with it. But ran well. Feel like the stations always kind of need a little bit of improvement for me. Sled push was a bit tough. I was feeling it a bit from the start to burpees. Once we finished burpees, I kind of got a second wind almost and started to kick on, started to feel good. But yeah, now we kind of know what we need to improve on. The open race, that was one of the hardest motherfucking races I've ever done in my life. So basically, done the pro race at night, then we didn't get home till late, and I just didn't get any sleep whatsoever. Felt like absolute shit in the warm-up zone, but I didn't want to speak it into existence. Had a mad stitch from the night before, and then kind of went out, was feeling it on the ski, and then it was barbecue chicken from there, as Fras would say. I was just needing to hold on for the full time. Anton kind of pulled me out a lot of holes, which I am appreciative of, because if he didn't start a lot of the exercises or take a little bit more in the exercises, probably wouldn't have got the position that we got. So Yeah, it was tough, but happy with it all in all.
Sweet. We've not even mentioned like kind of how we done. We should probably do that. So this is the best weekend we've had in terms of placings and in terms of like our age group and stuff. We're lucky that Aiden is mad young because he's pulled us into the 16 to 24 category in terms of age group. So what they do for that?
24?
Yeah.
Do you not need both need to be?
No. So
How old are you?
I'm 27. Yeah. So you need to. So what they do with age groups is they add the two ages together and divide it by 2. So if you do that with me and Aiden, it's it adds up to 24, and so that pulls us into that age group category, which means like that's the age group we were in. We managed third in age group for pro doubles with a time of 59.47.
Yeah, 59.46.
59.46. Then we had open doubles at 59.04.
4 or something.
59.04.
59, aye, something like that. I can't
There was
remember.
low 59s, and then our relay we managed to come in first at 54.47.
55, 47, 54, 47?
54. It was definitely 54.
47, yeah.
54.47. So managed to place in all 3. Managed to step on the podium with all 3 races, which we're mega buzzing about.
Two of them were buzzing about getting in the podium. I fucking had to stay up all night waiting for the ceremony. I get dragged out of bed. I was having a nap, and the two of them were waiting on their phone to find out whether or not you get a podium for the Open.
Yeah.
And I was like, mate, I love you guys, but I cannot be fucking bothered going back to this event. So we had to go back Sunday afternoon to get their flag, and I was just like, oh my god, man, I can't even. Well done in that, but fuck.
So yeah, we're absolutely buzzing with the actual results, because as we said on the last pod, this is the hardest we've worked in terms of a block, our longest block as well, 16 weeks of hard training on the run up to it, and haven't really skipped a beat whatsoever with training, with nutrition, and it's starting to show because it's starting to pay off. We're starting to feel that fitness. We're starting to get a little bit more like aligned and kind of stepping up as athletes rather than just doing it for a laugh almost. So it's exciting times ahead as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's just about putting in the effort, and the biggest thing I've taken away from this block is that hard work does truly pay off when you apply yourself as much as you possibly can, and as Anton says, not skip a beat, then you win. You know, you get what you kind of want, and I think that's down to all the ceremonies and the flags and stuff like that we got this weekend. Is just down to the hard work that we've been putting in. So yeah, feeling good.
Yep.
What's the next part?
Let's go through the relay. So the relay was eventful, but it was great. Like we spoke about the Warsaw one last time, but the relay's so much fun. But you actually have mad anxiety going into it because you know you're going into a hole for the time that you're working. So for those who don't know the relay, what it is there's four people on the team. You do 2 exercises and 2 runs each. So 2 times 1k runs, and then you do 2 stations each. The way we split it up is you do station 1 and 5, station 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 8. Okay, so Fras done both ergs. Fras done ski and the row. I done the sled push and the farmer's carry. Aiden done sled pull and lunges, and then Travis, our good mate, done the burpee broad jumps and the wall balls. Nasty.
Thank God it wasn't me.
Yeah, but during that, so you do the run in the station, then you rest for like 15 minutes or so before your next one. So it's exciting because at that time that you are competing, you're like going all out. You're redlining for that time. So it's like it's a more exciting race where it feels like a race.
For sure.
So we went through the race. Fraz smashed the ski. I came into sled push, moved well. Aiden also sled pull, moved really well. Travis came into the burpees, sent the burpees. I think he
205.
come second on the burpees.
Yeah, I think so.
So you came second on. No, you were first on ski overall.
Second in row.
Second on row. I was third on sled push, second on farmers carries, sled pull.
7th.
Aiden got 7th, but then
The lunges,
you were second.
Second then guy.
Travis got second on burpees, and then
First, I think it was on.
first on wall balls.
Right, so I'd be wide if anyone else has gone faster than me.
So yeah, we managed to come first overall. However, on the last lap, Travis. So it was pretty much us versus another team that were like ahead, and we were pretty much neck and neck right until the end. At the last lap, so Travis and this other Norwegian guy, to finish it off, they started off pretty similar times. Travis was just behind him. Travis was a faster runner, so he ended up, you had to go into the wall balls on the third lap, but Travis overtook him, and the Norwegian guy went in on the second lap, so he missed a lap.
Panicked, didn't he?
He panicked, and he came back, so he missed a lap.
Yeah, so he must have seen the board, and
Yeah.
then from seeing the board ran back.
Aye.
Yeah, so he actually only done 2 laps. So they actually went into wall balls before us, started their wall balls before us. Then Travis came in second, started his wall balls. But we knew in our mind that we done one more lap than them.
Yeah.
But there was a big kerfuffle around it. But at the end, what happened was at the podium they actually got the first flags, and then we got the second flags, like for the photos being taken, etc. But then we found out afterwards that it was wrong and that they got the 5-minute penalty. So that means that we came out on top and got the first, which was all
Eventually
it was all down to Travis, really. Travis
Yeah, it was.
Travis
He was being
challenging-
persistent.
Yeah, he
Very
was challenging
persistent.
them on it.
Thank God we had him there.
Yeah, but it was a great race. It was really fun. The relay's one of my favourites.
Yeah,
take
totally.
part in.
It's probably
my favourite race that I've been involved
one of my probably one of my favourite races to date was that relay there, just because it was so exciting. It was just like such a solid team, and it's the fastest time we've ever done in a Hyrox race. So it was good, felt good.
Yeah. Right, let's go through some post-race thoughts. How we feeling afterwards?
Yeah. You kind of went over that wee bit at the start, didn't
Yeah, I kind of dove in. I'm getting a bit carried away. Excited about this debut. Listen, I'm pleased. Like I'm super happy. This is new. I say only. It felt like forever that I was doing the training block, but it was 8 weeks or something that I was on. 9 weeks, around that, and it was just exciting for me the full time, just the process of training and kind of diving head first into it, first solo, first pro, and then I had an idea what I wanted, get way off what I was hoping for, and I was beating myself up, wasn't I? I was a wee bit gutted in the Saturday night.
Really make you though, I think like that can definitely push you. Like I think we both know, me and Anton know, that you're not someone to like feel gutted and then like not try again. So this is something that's just gonna fuel your training more and make you get what you wanted, because you know the feeling of not getting what you want and it fucking sucks. So now you know, like, you'll get there.
Yeah, totally, and I think it's important to carry that, kind of have the chip on your shoulder and kind of embrace the frustration, which is still kind of sitting on me. It's not a negative thing, but if you can just kind of channel that energy into using it as a motivator for the next one. So if I can kind of have my eyes set on a second pro solo and just kind of make amends for how Saturday went there, and that's totally fine with it. It's a good thing at the end of the day that I can strive on from it. But yeah, all in all, feeling pretty happy to just get it done and out of the way and get a feel for it. Had a great time away, you know, and yeah, it's nothing but positivity coming away from it, I would say, because it just gives me the chance to grow, you know.
That's it. I think a lot of positives to take away from from the weekend. Like personally, there's so many with the placings first off, but also improvements to take away. In terms of comparison to people that are ahead of us, I look at running as something that I'm going to want to improve on. Of course, you can't control anyone else, so you can only control what you do in training and how much better you can get. So from a perspective of me, the main things to take away post-race is to push my running up more and coming off of the stations. Actually, at Pro Weights, I said to you guys, like, apart from sled pull, I felt strong on all the stations. I felt like I recovered on the stations. Apart well, sled pull and burpee broad jumps is probably the two that my heart rate jacked a little bit, but every other one I felt strong on, and I feel like it was the running and running fast that I'm going to have to work on my running capacity. So post-race thoughts is buzzing, so many positives to take away, but improvements, running is going to be probably my top one moving into it, and I'll message the coaches, make sure that's my main focus for the next block.
Yeah, definitely.
And you should both be proud, podium as well. It must be a good feeling, That's something that you wanted, not to say that you should let it get to your head, but it should be a confidence booster for sure to know that you can do it.
Yeah, of course. I think it definitely is, but I think the matter of it, the biggest positive is the feeling of accomplishment after the hard block. So it's like the inputs that you remember doing for 16 weeks, and then you get the output from off of it. So it's like it's always inputs over outputs.
Yeah, totally, 100%. Yeah, for me, a lot of positives. I think that it's easy to look at the negatives when you've done like any race. I feel like a lot of the time people are so quick to think about the negatives and things that maybe didn't go their way. I think it's good to acknowledge them, but also like acknowledge like the positives. As you said, the hard work that we've put in this block and stuff is something to be really proud of, and it just, as I say, makes me want to go more, and you can only work on how you get better. For me, it's probably, I always want to build up on my running, but for me, I was a little bit of the opposite. I felt like I was recovering on the runs in the pro race, and the stations were okay. The stations were good. I didn't feel like at any point on the stations that I was like properly gassing, but definitely need improvement, and yeah, just a lot of things to improve on all in all. So taking the wins, taking the losses, and going from there.
Okay, let's go with some lessons from the weekend.
Lessons.
Big one for me, that we actually spoke to Graham about as well, was when you're in the depths of pain during it, or like you pure want to quit, or like something happens in the race. So for example, for us, for me in the pro weights, in the pro race, after the run after the burpee broad jumps, when I was like genuinely like being sick pretty much whilst running, it was I could have like stopped and been sick there, but it was just like I pushed on to just see if it would go away, and it did. Like it went away when I was running. But I could have stopped there, been sick, and then been like, it's pointless now. Like I've been sick or whatever, and then the exact same with you the next day. Like you were hurting from the start of the race, genuinely in your mind. Like after the ski, you've got 50 minutes to still go.
That was the most daunting part.
You've got a mad stitch. You feel terrible. Like your heart rate's jacked up. You're probably in your head like, this is pointless. This is my second race. I already got third place last night. I could just quit. Like in your head, you could do that easily.
Totally.
And I think from that perspective, Graham done the same thing. He said that he was doing pro singles on the Saturday night. He picked up a 20 kilo sandbag instead of 30 kilos, and he done 100 metres of sandbag lunges. 120 maybe. So he realised more than halfway into the race, lunges that it was 20 kilos. He asked the woman, he says, this is lighter, what is this? And she was like 20 kilos. So he had to go back to the start. And easily there, he was obviously going for a time, so easily there he could have been like, right, that's it, I may as well just quit here.
Yeah.
But he finished the race. He still finished it. He still managed to do another 200 metres of lunges and finish off the race with a smile on his face. So like, again, lessons there. It's just like, don't give up in that moment.
Yeah.
The open weight, like, if Aiden gave up, we wouldn't have got that third place. Like, if you think about it. And
That's
before this weekend, we never got a podium for an individual event. We've only had second for a relay.
That's the thing. That's genuinely it. Like, there was so many times when I was doing that open race, like, that I wanted to just like wrap it up. I was never going to though, because like what I was saying before the race was like, how do you react to it when like things aren't going your way? How do you react when you do feel shit? Do you lean into the pain, or do you call it quits? And do you like stop? And there's only one option for me at the end of the day. So yeah, the biggest takeaways for me, the biggest thing that's been on my mind is just like the saying hard work pays off. But I've just been saying that quite a lot. People have been saying that to me recently, and I've never experienced it the way I've experienced it this weekend. So the biggest lesson is to just continue to work and continue to work harder.
Broken.
Okay.
Sorry, loads of tried. I've got no idea. Sorry.
For those who we've not even said where we are, we're actually in the airport. Like, we've just found a spot, like, quiet-ish, but we've got kids running about.
Loud
We've
dudes
got, like,
running in our
people
camera
trying
shot
to
and
get
shit.
trying to get in a locked toilet in front of us, like chapping the door and stuff. So that's, if you hear anything, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Not the best conditions.
Biggest lesson.
My biggest lesson. Probably just feel more of go through more pain. I just felt listening to the boys talk and listening to the other boys. Paul McManus, great guy who was doing it. He did doubles with his mate and actually podiumed, didn't he? Over 40.
Came first.
He won. He came first.
Yeah, came first.
Great guy, Paul. And Graham and Kieran, who we had the pleasure of meeting today. Spoke to loads of people, and everybody that I spoke to, including Aiden and Anton, you guys constantly talking about the pain, and I just didn't feel that. So I can give as many excuses as I want for why I didn't get what I wanted, but the main reason is I just didn't push hard enough. That's literally what it comes down to, and I just think it's all good and well. The big focus for me, kind of treating Aiden and Anton like my coaches. That's how it was, that's how it felt, you know. Asking your advice and everything, and using the same kind of training structure. The big thing was just be calm, but calm doesn't always mean comfortable. I think you can definitely be extremely uncomfortable and still remain calm.
Mm-hmm.
But I took that too literally. When you said calm, I took that as calm in all departments.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, as Aiden's been saying, the term lean into it. The full weekend, I just need to lean into the pain more, just understand that I'm going to be in discomfort and kind of fall into that. The same with the relay. I'd like to think I'm in a super good position, fitness-wise and strength-wise, but just embrace the hurt a little bit more, and you'll be fine, you know. So yeah, just lean into it. I think it's the biggest lesson for me.
A good thing that I always like to play in my head that I heard an athlete speak about is like, realistically, you don't want to be uncomfortable because your body's like in your mind's like, what the fuck are you doing just now? Like, you need to stop. Your mind, that is what your mind and body is saying to you, and it's like a thing that I like to say in my head is like, are you going to die? And the answer is obviously no. It's obviously no. So it makes it easier for you. You're like, right, okay, I'm not going to die, so I can push a little bit more into this.
Yeah.
That just kind of settles my mind a wee bit. So.
Touching on what Fras said as well, it's probably my next lesson of the calm thing. We've been speaking a lot recently about being calm and the importance of it, and I think I always am pretty calm, like a pretty calm person. But going into every single Hyrox race beforehand, even walking into the arena, I've always felt nervous. I've always had my heart skipping a beat a little bit more, like feeling the energy and getting a little bit of nerves. Whereas this time I just didn't feel that. I think because we'd done so much work on the run up to it, not just physically, but mentally as well. Like actually focusing on being still more and focusing on being calm in situations that you wouldn't usually be. Even in training, I think about it a lot when I'm like hurting. Like, can you still stay calm in your mind? Like, can you still be there? And it's something I've been focusing a lot on training, so it's carried over into Hyrox, and I really noticed it this time around. And obviously, with results wise of how we performed, I think it's paid off massively.
Yeah, we spoke about that, didn't we? When we were walking into the venue, we were like, this feels different. Like, I felt different. I think it's because we've been putting so much, as you say, attention towards staying calm. Because you're obviously naturally quite a calm person. I'm pretty reactive, and I was always kind of finding myself being a little bit emotional when it comes to these things. So this full walk, that's probably one of the biggest things I've been focusing on as well. Just staying calm, making sure to understand yourself, and like when things do go wrong, don't freak out, don't be emotional, and just kind of do as well as you can at being calm and being present in that situation. So yeah, I totally agree as well, mate. I felt really different coming into every event.
Sweet. Right, we will, if we've got any more lessons, we'll run them, and then we will say what is next for us, and then we'll wrap it up because our flight is in like
30 minutes.
half an hour. In fact, let's just go into what's next.
Yeah, what?
So what is
Let's
next
run
for
what's
us?
next.
Yeah, what's next? No, in fact, we're not going to say what it is because we're going to tease that on Instagram.
We're going to tease that.
So, aptly enough, when we said this, the camera shut off because it ran out of charge. And luckily so, because after that we realised that we actually only had a couple of minutes to board, and we could have probably missed our flight if we went on any further to record this podcast. So thank you to Fras for coming on, sharing his experience, and thank you to all of you for listening as well. We appreciate all the love, all the shares, and we will be back for the next one. Stay curious and see you in the next one.